Hi guys, Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. How you guys doing out there? Okay, you guys. So this is the collage we're going to be doing with the mixed media background. Already have set it up, so I kind of know where things go. I took a picture of it with my iPad, so I can go back to it. But so I'm going to take. I just want to show you guys what we're going for. But I'm going to take all this off, and we're going to do the background first, and then we'll do our collage on top of our mixed media background, okay? All right. And we're working in the mixed media ledger journal that we created last week. So, let me take stuff off. I can take it off so I know what goes on what page. So, all of this goes over here. And all of this goes on this page. Okay. Let me see where I can keep this. I want to keep them separate. Okay, I know where to keep this, right over here. Okay, I like to keep them separate so we know what's going on. Okay. Oh, and before I do that, I am using, I love, is it, I forgot her name, Marna? Anyway, it's her, Maremi'S Small Art. I love her books. So I've gotten most of all the girls that I used, I got out of the Fairies in Bloom book. This book is gorgeous, you guys. I'm going to do a flip through the book. I'm going to do a flip probably tomorrow. This is gorgeous. I think I got some of my backgrounds from that also. Yeah, I think I got backgrounds from this also. Yeah, because there's backgrounds and girls and flowers and butterflies. There's so much goodness in here. And then I wanted a bunch of flowers. Okay, so all those flowers you saw, I got out of the her flower book, Maremi'S Small Art, out of her collage book of flowers. I mean, look, it's just a whole. I mean, I am obsessed with her books. I love how she does art, mixed media. These collage books, you guys, I picked up 5 of them. Yeah, I went nuts. Like, I'll show you. I'll just show you what I got. I got Whimsical Houses, Moss Stories, and Whispers of Essential Backgrounds for Art Journaling, Whispers of Industrial Zones. And they only carry them on Amazon, sorry to say. But all they carry them is on Amazon. And they're right around $20 a piece. So, and she said that she does not care if you make copies. So I've made copies so I can have these forever. Oh, and the other thing I did is there's another lady, and her name is Lenora RT, and that's where I got my butterflies. And these are printables. She does the same type of style, but she has printables instead of actual books or magazines of the collage. A collage book that's printables instead of an actual book. So I got the butterflies out of here. It's called Echoes of Wings. So I will end up showing this to you also. And then the mushrooms, this is Lenora RT again, and there's just tons of mushrooms. Look at this. This whole thing is of mushrooms. And I have 2 of these little report folder things full of mushrooms. Look at this. Is this fabulous? Yeah, fabulous. So, okay, so let me put all that away. Put this away. All right, so we're going to start out with the background first. Okay, and we're going to use some of this background here, but we want to add to this. Okay, so what are we using? Okay, that can go over there hopefully and not fall. Okay. Just a second. I'm trying to get to my stuff for collaging. Oh my god, you guys, I have so much goodness going on. Like, look, this is also, I made copies of it. Wait, is this the copy or is this the, yeah, I made copies. Look at all this stuff to use. Is this fabulous or what? I was going to use these, but it didn't work out, so I'll be using them in my next ones. This is what I'm talking about. Just absolute gorgeousness is what we're doing here. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay. And let me see. This is all the stuff we're using. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just trying to get myself organized. I thought I was organized before I got on here. Okay. Every time I think I got stuff put away, then I got more stuff. I have so much stuff out to do my mixed media art with. It's getting crazy. Okay. So we need to, now, the only part that's really going to show on this whole thing pretty much is this up here, like here. But there's going to be bits and pieces peeking through here and there in the flowers and the girls. So we're going to do a mixed media background on the whole thing. Let me take the white. Let me take these white lines off of here. Nobody wants to see the white edges. This right here is script, and I think it's a letter. I think it's done in I'm trying to think. I forgot the language, but look how beautiful it is. If you want to find love letters like this, I just put in old vintage love letters, and you'll come up with so many letters done in, oh, I think this is in French. They'll be in French, they'll be in Spanish, they'll be in Old English, just fabulous. So put in vintage love letters, and you're going to get some really cool stuff. Okay, so let's do this one. And we'll just start here. And you know what I also need is some wax paper to protect from the glue behind here. Let me see if I have another piece of wax paper or something. I should have another piece of wax paper. Thought I had another piece. Nope, that's not bigger. I may have to pause this video and get some more wax paper. I thought I brought more in here. Okay, no, Major. I have a magazine that I can use, a magazine piece. And we'll do that. Then that way I don't have to go searching my kitchen for wax paper. I thought I had bought some wax paper to leave in here. I don't see it. Maybe it didn't make it in here yet. Okay. There we go. Now we have protection. All right. We have so much stuff. Okay, so I'm using my homemade matte medium that I make, which is nothing but school glue, add a little water, and then in a tub like this. This is like 24 ounces probably. So like 2 cups of school glue, 20 squirts of matte clear spray paint, and it makes it matte. And then when you're done, you could spray matte on top of this, and it'll be like a matte medium. Or it serves as like clear gesso. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm going to glue that on there. Get my brush out. Okay. Oh, I thought I was more prepared than this. Everything I'm looking for, I'm not finding. I found some paper towels. All right. There we go with that. And then I need a baby wipe for my hands. And then we're going to use a baby wipe for TURQUOISE also. So let me take out like 3 baby wipes, because we're going to use them on a technique too. Alrighty. Every time I think I'm ready to get started, I'm not. I've never been so disorganized to get started on my project. What the heck? Okay. And then I like to use a magazine for, I like to use a magazine as a glue surface. So I'm going to put that right beside us. All right, now we're ready to go. Sorry about that, guys. I think I've been on here 10 minutes and I hadn't even started yet. I like to get on and get started right away. Oh well, if you thought I was fretting around too much, you could have fast forwarded, so. And I just kind of go even beyond the page a little bit and then just trim it off at the end. And then that way I don't have to worry about lining things up perfectly. Just easier to just trim it off, trim everything off at the end. Okay. So I'm using these love letters. I'm going to be using some book pages. And what I'm doing is I'm filling in the areas that don't have anything. And then still using the background of the ledger. That's my goal. We're going to definitely be using some book pages. I have a French book that I bought on eBay. Oh, I love it. So we're using some of those. We'll probably be using some music notes. All right. It's another letter. I think this one's in French also. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous? I just used this on another project, so we'll continue to use it. All right, there we go. The birds are just going crazy outside my window. I don't know if you guys can hear them. They just are beautiful. I love how they sound. They just sound beautiful. All right, where is this closing at? Okay. Beautiful. Hopefully I have some music notes sitting right here. I don't gotta go searching for any. Let me see. Yep, I have it right here. Perfect. So we got some music notes. I like to just cut off all of the, not cut off, rip off all of the white part. Nobody wants the white part on here. We want to see all music notes. Okay. Do I want this side or this side? I think this side. All right, and where do I want these at? Let's just put a little bit right there. Yeah, 'cause I still want some of that to show. Some of the ledger. We still want some ledger to show. I'll do it like that. And we'll still have some ledger showing, which I think is fabulous. And then I have some French book pages here in this book. Excuse me. And I love it. The pages, look at that, Theater Romantique. The pages are, look how brown they are. I love them. They're so brittle that you really can't use them like in a junk journal, but they're great for a art journaling, because if you're just going to glue them down, that sturdies them, that makes them nice and sturdy. But look how it just crumbles. Crazy. And I'm going to put this here. You're not going to see a whole bunch of it. Yeah, I'll put it there. You're not going to see a whole lot of it, because down here is mainly where I'm putting all the girls, the flowers, all of that. But things peekaboo here and there. So that's why I don't, you know, let's do it like that. Put that there. And then, what is this? Then I have this letter too. Look how beautiful that is. So nice and vintage. Old world. Exactly what I love. Okay, I'm going to take the corner of this, wait, the corner of that, yeah. So let me take the white lines off of here. I would use my ruler, but the white lines on here are just so, it's just not very much. I have a hard time using my ruler on it. Take a little bit of this and put this in the corner. Beautiful. And you know what I want to do too is take, okay, this I can use the ruler. White line off of here, and then I want a little bit of this in the corner up at the top, like right there, like that. Okay. All right, so now let's glue this down. See this, a little bit of a white line here. It's so small, probably doesn't matter, but just to be on the safe side. Just to be on the safe side. You guys, I'm obsessed with these collage books. I love Maremi'S, and then I found some people on Etsy. I found another one on Etsy too that I just ordered, and I'm in the process of downloading it. So. One of the pieces I just had glue on just hit my spandex. It's okay. I got my spandex wiped off and I got my piece on here. See, that's why you need these baby wipes. They are the bomb. I always get mine at Dollar Tree. So when you're there, pick up some baby wipes for your craft room. You know what the baby wipes are also good for? For your, they're also good for your makeup, for your makeup table. So that, you know, when you're doing your makeup and stuff, I have baby wipes in my makeup table and in my craft and in my art room. So I don't have to run it in when I need to wipe my hands off of makeup or anything crafty or artsy. I got my wipes. I love them. We could put another something right there, because see how there's nothing right there? What do we want to put there? Oh, I have another. Look at this one. Isn't that gorgeous? We'll put a little bit right there. I wonder if I want it like that. Not that much. Save little pieces like that. You can do so much stuff with little pieces. Yeah, we'll go down like that. You know what's crazy is I can draw and you know, draw and paint, but my favorite thing is collage. I think it relaxes me. It's so meditative. I just love it. I just love collage. You would think I'd like drawing and stuff like that more and painting. No, I love collage. It's my favorite. Okay. Sorry guys, excuse my nose. Maybe we'll put a little piece down here. We'll put a little bit of this. Do I have that French one anymore? Of that one left? I guess I don't. Oh, I love that French one. Just a second, let me see if I have another copy of it. I don't. What's that? Okay, just want to see if I have any more of this. I have several of that one. Of course I don't have several of the one that I'm looking for. Just a second, guys. Just a second. Oh, that one's kind of pretty too. Oh, I love this one. Okay, I just found some more. Wasn't the one I was looking for, but it's just as beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? This is like Old English. Let's get all the white lines off of here. You guys, they have these metal rulers at Dollar Tree. You guys are at this point are like, what do they not have at Dollar Tree? I just like to take advantage of Dollar Tree because, you know, $1.25 for a lot of things like this. It probably cost you, even at Walmart, it costs you $4 or $5 for this ruler. And the metal ruler, I think, is the best to, well, for measuring. But for ripping paper, it rips it so nice. I'm going to put another one there in this corner. Like this. Just a little bit. I know, all that looking for that little piece. But it's those little pieces, I'm telling you. It's those little pieces that make a difference. Okay. Oh, we can take this big piece right here. I always like torn edges. I don't ever really like, for the most part, I do not like working with straight edges. Not to say I never will, but just for the most part. For the most part. You put this right here. That's fabulous. So this is what I'm talking about. Use a magazine as a glue surface. So this is all sticky, right? Just turn it. Now you have a nice fresh paste. A nice fresh page to use as a glue surface. Love it. And I will put a link to Maremi'S channel. I think that's what her name is. I will put a link to her channel. And she also has a Facebook group, which I just recently joined, where you can share your projects. Also, she lets you share links to your YouTube channel if you make a video, which I think is really cool. Because I do the same thing with my, Our Magical Little Place is the group we have here for this channel, our Facebook group. And anything you make, it's not just this project, any project you make, you can post it there. You can post links to your Etsy shop, post links to your YouTube videos. And she believed the same way I believe. She's like, yeah, I want to promote you guys. So I thought, cool, that's what I do too. A lot of people say that, you know, they don't want anyone giving links or whatever, but I just think of it a little bit differently. I think of it as, well, I'm promoting my friends. I'm helping my friends' channel. So that's how I see it. And everybody sees things the same, which is fine. We'll put that there. Oh, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like I'm getting in the groove. At first I felt a little awkward. Well, I haven't made mixed media videos for a little bit. I've still been doing artwork and crafting and all that. I just hadn't been making, I've been working on my other channel. So but I wanted to get back to my mixed media and crafting videos on this channel. So I'm back. And you know what? There's nothing on this other page, so I can just wrap that around. Okay. All right, what else do we want to do? We need that French book page. I want some of that. Did I use all of that? Okay, where is that? I can't believe how this book just, how it just crumbles, these pages. Crumbly little pages. I want to buy myself a couple more French books. I just love the way their writing looks. This looks so vintage and fancy and very old world. Look at this. It looks so old world. You know, let me get all this. So all we have is text. Okay. I think that's what we want right there. Yeah, that looks good. But even though this book is very crumbly, the pages are, as soon as you put the paint on it, glue on it, it like preserves it, and it makes it, strengthens it and preserves it. So I need to take advantage and use my French pages as much as possible, because that book someday I'm going to open it up and it's going to crumble. Okay. I think I want this piece right here. And we'll go right here. little too even. This needs to be even so it can line up with the edge of the book. And this too. I'll put that right there. It's kind of cool with this ledger book. Check out my video. It's it's a video ahead of this one, and I'll put a link to it at the end of this video. If you want to make yourself a ledger art journal, I show you how to make this. It's a faux leather ledger, ledger art journal. And Dina Wakely, that's where I got the idea from. I was going to order one of hers, and then of course they sold out. They've been sold out. Someone said they're back in now. But then I thought, you know, I can make one out of a regular book, and then I make it look like leather. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? Love it. Oh, you know, I couldn't find these the other day. I did my video and I couldn't find them. They were underneath here to make the book, you know, even. Anyway, we might use those today. I'm like, oh, there they are. And on my video, I was searching for the darn things. Where did I put? Oh, here it is. I like to put something here so I can make this kind of even. There we go, so we can craft on that. It's a little bit high, but we're fine. Okay, at least for now. Okay, do I want to add anything else on here? Yeah, I need a piece here. Any little area that has space, I want to put something there. So I want to put something here. And I think what I'm going to put there is this. This is another letter. I think this one is in Spanish. I think. Okay. Alrighty. And I'm going to put that there. I like my pages to look really, really torn. I like my stuff to look torn up. I just think torn pages just blend into other things, blend into your whole thing just so much better than straight lines. But some people love to do the, you know, love to do a more square type of look. I like it to really blend into everything. Everything blends in together when you have torn edges. So we'll put this right here. Okay. We don't have too much right here, so we'll do something there. And we're going to have flowers and all that down here, but things will peekaboo through. So don't be afraid to go ahead and put stuff, because you're going to have some peekaboo. And what I mean by that is, you know, there's going to be stuff that shows here and there, because the flowers aren't covering everywhere. And the girls and the mushrooms and the butterflies. And that's what I love about Maremi'S, her style and her books, is I love butterflies, birds, these beautiful mushrooms, these beautiful fairies. It's just such my style. So when I seen her books, she was like, I created these books because I couldn't find the exact things that I wanted to put into my mixed media collages. And I'm like, oh, thank God she did them, because I love it. Do I like that there? All right, that looks better. put that there. And then I had another little piece somewhere. See that little piece? We'll just put that right there. See, I told you guys, little pieces can just be like the little pieces like that are like little elements. That's why I always say, get a little bag, put your little pieces, which I call little elements, put them in a little bag. So you can just go to your little bag of little bits. They make a big difference. Little bits make a big difference. All right, this is another little piece I had, another little bit. I'm going to put that right there. We have a restaurant here called Little Bits. Okay, hold on. All right, there we go. And I'm going to probably put one more right there. A little strip of something there. What are we putting there? We'll put this because I haven't even used this yet again. We'll put this there. And I love to use, I love to get, like, I put in vintage love letters. I get ones with all different types of languages. French, Spanish, English, whatever, Hawaiian. I have all different types of languages. Because I believe, I like to put this in my artwork because it represents different nationalities. And the more that we get to know each other, I believe, the more peace we'll have. So it really adds a lot of meaning, I think, to my artwork. I want this skinnier because I don't really want to cover up the numbers right there. I just want it to go in between the numbers so the numbers are still there. Perfect. Perfect. Because here and there, I still want to see some of the ledger here and there. And we do. We see some of the ledger here and there. Perfect. Okay, so we got all of our collage bits. I love this. This looks great. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm basically made, like I said, made this into a matte medium. Okay, but what I like to do just to get even more matte, that spray paint, I told you to take 20 sprays into your pot of Elmer's glue or school glue, and I think this is like 2 cups worth, 2 measuring cups worth of glue. Add a little water to just lighten it up a little bit, and then 20 squirts of a matte clear. It doesn't have to be this brand, but what I like to do is I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna pause you guys, go outside and spray this whole thing matte, and that's gonna act like a matte medium on top here, so we can do whatever we want on top of here. Or it acts like a clear gesso. Okay, so you can use this on top to make it matte. You can use a clear gesso, or you can just use matte medium. Okay, now my matte medium is good, but it's not as matte as if I spray this on top. So I like to use this homemade matte medium, and then for my final, spray this clear matte on top. Okay, to make it a paintable surface. Okay, so I'm gonna pause you guys, and I will be right back. Let me go outside and spray that on here. Okay, so I sprayed that matte clear spray paint, or you can use matte medium, or you can use clear gesso, so that this is still a nice paintable surface. Now, even with my homemade matte medium, it's still a matte surface, but it's even more matte when I spray on the matte clear. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to use some, you can either use for this, you can use, I'm using this white gesso, or you can use white acrylic paint. You guys look at this. Last year when they were clearancing out their mediums, I picked this up for $7.49 and it regularly was $30. When Hobby Lobby clearances, they clearance. Okay. So I'm going to use that. And then I'm going to use a baby wipe. Remember I told you you're going to use baby wipes. Because what a baby wipe's going to do is it's going to knock some stuff out, but still allow you. So you take your baby wipe and you dip and you go into your acrylic paint, or in this, the white gesso. Okay. And just make sure you guys are seeing me. And just in little areas, I'm just going to dab this white in. Just in some areas. Okay. Just to knock back just a little bit here and there. And we may go back to this white gesso. We'll see. And see, with the baby wipe, you can still see what's underneath. You're just knocking it back just a little bit. Okay. All right, so we'll leave that one there because we may go back to that. Now I want to go in the background with the baby wipe again, still different colors. Okay, that are in the colors I chose are in all of my collage pieces in all of this. Okay, so I got this cameo pink, just acrylic paint. I'm gonna use that. And then I have some like robin's egg blue acrylic paint. Okay. And then I want to use a little bit of a lavender, and I'm trying to see which lavender I should use. If I should use this one or this one. This is kind of pinky. That'll still match that. We'll go with this lavender. It's called Taffy. It's Craft Smart. You get them at Michael's. Doesn't matter which paint you use, but I would use acrylics. But oh, and this is the thing too, you can use other things. You don't just have to use acrylics. You could use watercolor at this point to add color. You could use water soluble crayons. You can use acrylic paints, but everybody has acrylic paints. That's why we're using those. Also, you know what I want to try? I want to try using one of these distress crayons because I haven't really used them in a project, and it has that robin's egg blue color that I'm going to be using in paint. But I want to show you the technique with a baby wipe, because if I was to use watercolor or water soluble crayons, something like that, you'd still see the images through, right? Well, this is how you make acrylic translucent, okay? By using a baby wipe with it. Okay, so let's go into the pink first. And I'm going in areas where I didn't put any white yet. Where I didn't put the white. Oh, so pretty. I learned this trick from somebody a long time ago. Can't remember who. And I loved it. I was like, oh, and you can totally see how you can still see through it? It's a great technique. It's a wonderful technique to get that translucent look. Okay. Next. Oh, that's the white. Oh, shoot. Just got white paint all over me because I didn't realize that was the white one. Okay, let me get another baby wipe out. get 2 more baby wipes out. Okay. All right, next let's go with this robin egg blue type of color. And then you can take a piece of the baby wipe that doesn't have any paint on it and just blend it a little bit so it blends into the other things that are there. The other color that's there. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to do a little bit of lavender. Pretty. And then we will cut this back with a little bit of acrylic. Yeah, I think I like that pink better up there. All right, so then I want to go back to my white gesso. Let me dry this. I'm gonna dry this real quick and then I'll go back to the white gesso. I'll be right back. Okay, I forgot to turn my camera back on. I started doing stuff. So what I did is I took that gesso with the baby wipe and I'm just going in just little areas just to knock some stuff back. Okay, just like this. Just a little bit here and there. Okay. And it kind of gives like a really soft, mystical, little magical look. Okay. So I'm just taking my baby wipe and just taking things back just a little bit. Okay, and I think it gives a really, really little magical look. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my script stamp over this, but I have to dry it. So let me dry it and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and dried that. And so then here I'd use my script stamp. I like to do that in the background. I like to see that script coming through. I just think that looks really cool. So I'm using a dark brown instead of black. I think it goes better with this. And this is my script stamp. And before I do it, because I don't like it to be too heavy, I first went ahead and put the script stamp first on a piece of paper. So, and do a stamp off first and then go. I started putting, and then I put clouds in, more clouds. And I started putting clouds there. And I got to stop because I've done that twice now. I'm off camera and I'm starting to do stuff. I'm like, okay, you got to turn your camera back on. Hello. Okay. Okay. I have to hold this page because I can't, this is the beginning of the book, so I can't get real flat here. And when you have just a little bit of stamping, it's not like super even. Perfect. So you only have like little bits and pieces. Perfect. I'm trying to stay away from right here because I started putting some clouds in. Okay, so now we have little bits and pieces of the script stamp, which I love. Okay, and then I like to make clouds. If you can make clouds with a real stiff brush, whatever stiff type of brush you have, or if you have like a stenciling brush like this, a real stiff stenciling brush, this will work with. And I'm just dipping it into my gesso or white paint, and that's how I got like this look, like these clouds. And I did a cloud right there, and you just making sure you guys can see. And just go like that, just like little cloud shapes. And you just pounce around and do little cloud shapes. What is on my brush? Oh man, something darn it, something got on my brush. Oh, some paint entered the white gesso. Okay, let me put some white gesso here on my glass mat. Where was I? And this just gives us a nice little, you know, sky kind of look. Little magical sky. Because this isn't like a true sky, right? But it's a little mystical, magical sky, which I love. Okay, and the next thing I want to do is I want to do some splatters. So I'm going to take my gesso and get it real nice and wet, add some water to my gesso. It's over here on the side. Or you can do this with acrylic paint. I'm going to use that same brush. Let me take my rings off because I don't want to get any splatters on my rings. I would be upset if I got splatters on my rings. All right, maybe I need to get a little bit more. There we go. So just take it, your gesso or your acrylic paint, and add water to it to get it liquid enough. And I'm getting splatters everywhere. Next I'm going to put something in front of my desk here. I'm getting splatters all over like my little things I have above me, but it's fine. And I think the little white splatters really make it look really mystical and magical. Look how pretty that looks. Okay. All right. So it's just one fun layer after the next, after the next, after the next. And that's what really makes things, is all the layering, in my opinion. Oh, look, I forgot to use this one. I was going to use that. Oh, well, I forgot. Next time. I'm trying to go into my stash of stuff because you know, you get used to using things and you keep using the same things over and over and over and over. All right, let me dry this and I'll be right back, and we'll do some collaging. I'll be right back. Okay, so now I have dried everything. Move around and get my magazine back here so we can have a glue surface again, because now we're going to start gluing in our pieces. And then after we get all of our pieces glued in, then I'll show you how I blend everything together when they need to be blended. Like, see, when you, okay, like, see how intricate this whole thing is? To cut this out, to fussy cut all this, I would miss some stuff, right? So instead of fussy cutting, I fussy tore. And so see all the white areas here? You're going to want to fill those white areas in and blend them in with other things. And I'll show you as we go along. Okay. There's another thing. Let me see. Same thing with this one. See, there's so much here, like the hair in here and all this. The flowers, I wanted to get those. So I just leave a little bit of white and I tear, and everything will blend together, but I'll show you how we blend it with paint also when we get there. Okay. So let me get our pieces that we're doing. Okay, so on this side, look how gorgeous that is. Again, look how intricate that is. That would be too hard to fussy cut, right? So I fussy tore all the way around. And I'll show you how we blend everything in. So I think I want this going right there. And then I want the fairy. Look how gorgeous she is. Oh. And I may on some of the fairies. Is there another one? Yeah, there's two fairies. On some of the fairies, I may add a little bit of darken up some of their skins on some of them. I like to do that also. So we just have like little international fairies. Okay, I think that's how we want to do that. Wasn't there more flowers than this? Oh, maybe not. No, I don't think there was. So I'm just trying to get where we want these pieces at. And then let me go here, over here where I had more fairies, so I know where they're going. Where are they? Where's the other fairy I have? This might be the other piece here that I want to use. Okay, here they are. Two more fairies. They were in my hands. That's why I couldn't see them. Okay, I'm just making sure of where I'm putting all these little fairies at. And then this piece is going here above. Yeah. Like that. Okay, so I just want to make sure that I got things kind of lined up where I want them at. Okay. And what I like to, okay, we got to do this first. And what I like to do is once I put a piece in and I like where it's at, I like to mark it with a pencil. Where do I put a pencil at? There we go. No, that's... Where is my pencil? There it is. I got 20 million pencils, but not one where I can find one. So I just want to mark, I just mark it a little bit, just so I know where my placement's at. And I am using my homemade matte medium still to glue these in. You can use a glue stick. You can use regular matte medium. You can use Collage glue, whatever you want to use. But when the pieces are this big, I find a glue stick hard to use on pieces this big, because by the time I've gotten around, the whole piece, it's dry in an area. So that's why when I'm doing like larger pieces like this, I would rather, I need a baby wipe. I'd rather use the matte medium or some type of glue. God, how many baby wipes do I go through when I'm doing this? A lot. Okay. Then we're going to put her in. Put her up like that. It's funny right now, if you guys could see me, I'm standing up. I'm working standing up, which when I'm filmed, sometimes I do that because I have my camera over this whole thing, and sometimes it's just more comfortable, more easier to see what the heck I'm doing. Because my phone is hooked up to this stand, and the stand is here, my phone is here. So different when you're making a video. Okay, and don't worry, I'll show you how we're going to blend all this stuff in. How we're going to blend in the edges. Okay, that one's going to go there. And I like the pieces to kind of touch each other instead of making them all separate, because it just looks more like, it'll look like a little painting. And how you blend is, we'll blend all the edges in with paint. Where is my baby wipes that I just got out? What in the world? Oh, here it is. Oh, that looks really, really pretty. I love it. Okay. All right, so now we have flowers we got to put in. Do I want them to go like that or like this, like this? It's okay if we leave a little space, because I want to put, oh, I'm also going to do mushrooms too. Let me show you. And we're going to add butterflies too. Let me show you the butterflies. These are these Maremi'S? No, this is that LT girl. What is her name? I told you guys. What is her name? Lenora RT. This is hers. Look how beautiful these butterflies are. So we're going to be using these gorgeous butterflies also. Aren't they just gorgeous? Oh my gosh. Obsessed. And then we have these mushrooms. And these are also the same girl, Lenora RT. Now, she has butterflies and mushrooms. Maremi'S does. But I haven't bought those books yet. I will buy her books of those. I just already had gotten these, so that's why I didn't order those yet. But I will, just because I like having the, the difference. You know what I want to do? Let me see. Let me see. I want to put in probably a mushroom in there. All right, let me cut this mushroom and cut this out, and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I cut this little mushroom out. Look how cute that looks right there. Okay, so we're going to put that in. So let's glue this down. This beautiful flower. And the flowers are Maremi'S. think that's how you say her name. Someone's going to yell at me and say, that is not how you say her name. I'll put a link to her channel. I just want to look at something. Let's see. But yeah, Maremi. That's her. And her books are called Maremi'S Small Art. I'm right. Okay. Just wipe off the little excess glue there. Did I also get my... Yeah, I showed you guys the butterflies. This is another butterfly from that LT. Isn't that gorgeous? We'll use that somewhere. Do I want to do it like that and then put that like right on top? Or do I want to scoot that over and have... Yeah, I love that. Okay. That's how I want to do it. You got to try it a little bit because once you glue it down. And when you make your, if you make copies, like I'm making copies of Maremi'S stuff, and the other ones are printables, do it on just copier paper. It's so much easier than doing it on cardstock because when you collage, your papers lay down real nice. If not, they won't be laying down real nice. It'll take a lot more to make them lay down, and then they blend so much nicer when it's just copy paper. So when you have a little bit thinner paper. And then if you go right in the crux, just kind of just really smooth it. Okay. And because you're using copier paper, you'll be fine. You can smooth it right into the crux right there. We're treating this as one big... It's in my book. It's in my art journal, but we're treating it as one big book. Now, see at the bottom how like a bunch of grass was down there? So I ripped that. Then trying to just do it round there, because it's just, you know, it's everywhere like hair. So I just ripped it, and it looks a lot better. Looks a lot more natural. Pretty. Very pretty. I'm thinking if I want to take this butterfly and put it here. That's what I had planned on, was putting that butterfly there. Oh, I love that butterfly there. That's going there. I'm going to put it in right now. And what I think also makes things look like a painting almost is to put things over things. Like, see how that butterfly is a little bit over the window? That's fabulous. This kind of went into her hair piece there. I think that really adds to the whole thing and makes it look like a painting. Okay, I gotta stop messing with that. Okay, beautiful. Oh, that's gorgeous. Love. Okay. Now, we need to put this piece in here. And then get our other pieces. Get our girls. We'll get our girls first. Let me find them. Oh, there they both are. Okay. Do I want her there, or do I want her there and then her here? No. Like this. And then we'll put her at the end. Okay. But we want this piece, I think, up the way up to there. And then this here. And then the flowers have room to go in. These may have to go up higher. Yeah, so the flowers can go in here. Maybe this flower is going to go, I think this flower is going to go in the center. Sorry guys, I'm getting quiet on you. I'm just focusing for a second so I know what I'm doing. Yeah, you know what? We're going to stick with this big one here. Yeah, that looks better. And then we'll put that in. Oh, I like that. Or do I want this one? I think I like this one in there. And then we know we might be able to put this one like that down in through here. Let me see if I want to add any more flowers. Okay, I got to be careful with that though, because I want to add mushrooms. So this would be actually a perfect place for a mushroom. So, okay, so let's mark. Let's take the flowers away. Take these away. And let's mark this so I know where this is going. And let's get this down. I took a picture of my whole thing and I didn't even look back at it. But also, I still mark things even if I take a picture of it. I still mark because you kind of want to put the things where you want to put them because you've already kind of worked it out, right? Right. And make your marking as light as you can. If it shows, then you can just erase it. Like mine is showing a little bit, but we'll see if it ends up showing at the end. If it does, we'll erase it. Okay, and then we want to put our girls in. Let me make sure this is where we want the girls at. I want the girls just a little bit higher. Okay. So let's mark where we want this girl at. And we'll mark where we want this girl at right here. Okay. So then after this, we'll do all of the blending after we get all of our pieces in. And if you can, just go over that little marked area. Like I just went over it, so it doesn't even show. Just a little bit. All right, let's do our other girl. And again, see how I have these pieces touching. I have some of it going over that beautiful like lantern / window. It's gorgeous. Okay. Get the flowers in here. Okay. And these are right in the crux, so kind of smooth that out in the crux area. So pretty. Maremi, if you ever watch my channel, you make beautiful stuff to work with. I absolutely adore it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, that's going to be perfect right there in the middle. And she has like 20 books all together. I will have all 20. Well, I'll have more than that because she's going to make more. So I ordered 5. So I have 15 more to order. So every month I'm going to order myself 5 books until I got them all. And then just kind of keep up when she keeps making more. So she's always working on a book, it sounds like. Always working on a collage book. Which is fabulous. Okay, I need this to go down here. Okay. Whatever we need to trim off at the bottom, we'll trim off. And then, what flower did I want to go on the bottom here? I think I wanted, oh no, I think I wanted this one. I thought that was real pretty. Let me make sure that's what I want. I want this. No, I think that one's the one. Ooh, that's pretty too. Which one do I want? That, or do I want this? You know what? This actually looks better. Okay. Oh, I couldn't make up my mind just now. So today will be kind of a long video because we are doing a double page spread, so it takes longer. But you know, I don't know about you, but I love a long video because I feel like I'm crafting along with a friend and I don't have to go look for another video. I can just watch that video for an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes. Oh, this is, I didn't even, you know, I hadn't even looked up to see how this is looking. This looks gorgeous. Oh my God, I'm obsessed. I love the background with all the pieces. Very pretty. Oh, we want another mushroom. I want to put a mushroom there. Is that going to be too big of these mushrooms? I don't know. Let's try it. Let's try it. Now, I'm going to cut these mushrooms, but at the bottom, I'm going to rip it because see all the grass right there? It's hard to cut that, right? And plus, it'll just look a lot more natural on that part if you rip it. So rip it, do like fussy ripping. That's what they call it. When the pieces are going crazy on you, rip it because it'll look a lot more natural. Like this. See, I'm going to rip this at the bottom. We're gonna fussy tear. I think I got that from somebody who does junk journaling. She goes, I'm gonna fussy tear. I'm like, oh, that's a good thing to call it. And I think I want to put that right there. Gorgeous. Look how pretty that is. And you know what? I actually want to fussy tear. You know what I do sometimes when I want to do just a little piece, like right there? I use my teeth. Swallow. And rip it with your teeth, just so it's a little more natural. See, right there? There we go. Oh, it sounds crazy to bite into it, but it's just like a little piece that you want out, like just to make it look more torn. And I can't do it with my fingers, so then I thought, oh, let me bite it. Don't eat it. Okay. We're all grown-ups here. If you want to eat it, you can. That's up to you if you want to eat paper. If you want to eat paper, go ahead. I'm not eating paper, though. Oh, that's pretty. Very, very pretty. Make sure this page isn't getting too stuck to anything. Gorgeous. Oh, this is pretty. I'm just looking at it through the viewfinder, what you guys are looking at. Oh, this has turned out so pretty. We want to add a few butterflies over in here somewhere. Don't want to add any more mushrooms. No, I think we're good with the mushrooms. But I'm seeing if we want to add another flower, like right here. No, I don't think we do. Do I need to add any more flowers anywhere? Nope, it'll be overkill. Okay. We don't need overkill. All right, let's look at the butterfly pages. Oh, I was going to share something else with you guys. Get these in your life. You will love these. These plastic folders. You get them from Dollar Tree. They're plastic envelope folders. You get them from Dollar Tree, and this way you can put all your bits in here. When you see how you're going to have tons of bits all everywhere, and you can organize them by color, or, you know, like these are all fairies and flowers, or these are all mushrooms, or, okay? So, you pick them up from Dollar Tree. You get 3 in a pack for $1.25. And if you see them, pick up quite a few. Like, I always pick up like 4 or 5 packs, because they don't always have them. Like, I was looking for them the other day. They didn't have them. Okay, which butterflies do I want? Do I want those? Do I want these? Okay, I think I want these. I can, oh, these are gorgeous too. Oh, these are gorgeous. They're both gorgeous. Okay, let's do one of each. 1 or 2 of each. I'm trying to look at the size. I think this size right here is going to be the size that I want on that. This one here, I think this is going to fit good. And then we'll see if we need to cut any more butterflies. And I used to think that I didn't like fussy cutting. You guys, I love fussy cutting. You know what it is? It's relaxing. You're just doing the same little, you're just cutting things out. There's nothing to think about. You're just, and when you see it like that, see how intricate that is? Just move your scissors around the spot, and you'll get it cut out good. But anyway, it's very meditative. Try it. Try fussy cutting, and you may thought you hated it, and then you start doing it, and you're like, oh my God, this is relaxing. Like, I'll sit in bed with just a bunch of images, watch TV with my husband, and fussy cut. In fact, that's when I try to do a lot of my fussy cutting. for a project. This is with my husband in the evenings in front of the TV. Sorry, I'm getting quiet on you guys. Just focusing. I'll show you guys something else. When you get to a point where a part gets really, really small, like see that little tail right there? You can leave a little piece of the white paper in there just for the sturdiness of it. You can color it in or just leave it. Nobody's probably going to notice it because it's so small. I need some more butterflies. Like I want another purple one right there. Oh my God, my house is freezing. First I was burning up. And now my house is freezing. It's always like that in April. You get the house cooled off, then it's too cold. Then you get the house, then you turn off the air conditioning or turn it down, then it's too hot. It's just like hard to get it right. It's hard to get it right. Like this right here. See, I left a little bit of, come on. I left a little bit of white right there in the middle. Because if I take that all the way out, that little piece is going to fall off. And then, like I said, you can just color it in with a little bit of like, you can color it in just a little bit with some Timos Distress Inks or a little something, whatever you want to do. I'll show you how to handle it as we go along. Actually, I could cut this out a little bit more. Wasn't as bad as I thought. All right. All right, so we got that butterfly cut out. We'll go like right there. Oh, that's pretty. Love it. And that butterfly's there. Do I want to put any more butterflies? Do I want this butterfly here? No, I like it. I like it like that. I'm just thinking, do I need another butterfly? In fact, maybe I put it there. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Look how pretty this one is. It's on some logs. Look how gorgeous that is. Isn't that pretty? See, this is what I'm talking about right here. I would just rip that. See? Because you cannot cut that. It won't look natural because it's like hair. See how uneven at the bottom it is? So I would rip. See how much better that looks ripped? That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's glue these butterflies in. And I know where I want them, so let's just mark it. Beautiful. All right, let's mark this one. Where did I want this at? Oh, right there. Beautiful. And then we want this one over here. Sorry, you guys, if I'm getting quiet. I'm just focusing for a second. And when I go to the side, I'm using my little magazine over here as a glue surface. That's why I disappear here and there, as you guys know. Just reminding you. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Let me see what you guys are seeing. Oh my God, that's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so what we got to do next is we just need to blend out, like, see the little white areas? We just want to add a little bit of color in here, and mainly we're going to do it with our fingers, okay? Like whatever color is by it. Like right here, see how there's a lot of pink in the background? We just want to make this look like it's a part of the background, right? And we'll also blend that into the next thing. So here there's a lot of pink in the area, so I'm probably going to take my finger with pink and go like that, okay? Pink there. Here we got purple, right? So let's just take a little bit of purple and go like that. In fact, let me just... Okay, so I'm using this pink color right here. That's already in our thing. And just using my finger. You can use a finger or your brush. Whatever you feel you need to use. That and a baby wipe maybe. Just to blend it in a little bit. And the baby wipe is perfect if you feel like you got too heavy-handed. Just take a baby wipe right away and you can wipe some off. And that's also using matte medium or that clear matte spray paint or a clear gesso allows you to be able to wipe things off just a little bit. Gives you a little extra time to wipe things off if you need to. And I added a little pink up into here too, just to blend it. See how that blends? Look at that. Isn't that great? Let's do a little bit of lavender. This lavender, when I put this in, I'm going to add a little white because it really needs to be light. So I'm going to add a little bit of white first down here. And I'm going to put the lavender right on top of it. It's just going to make the lavender a little lighter. Yeah. See, I want that lavender lighter. There we go. See, doesn't that look better? Let's add a little bit more white in there. And that's all you're doing. You're just playing a little bit. See? Let's add a little bit more pink right there. That looks good. So I love that. See how that blends blends it so much better together? Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. we're going to do that to the rest of these here. Let's see. What do we have going here? This has a little bit more just, well, I think it's a, let's do white and then pink on top. And then a little pink. So whatever color is in your background or next to it, that's what you want to use. So I'm adding a little pink. I added a little white, then I added a little pink right on top just to lighten up that pink a little bit. Make it very, there we go. Pretty. Add a little white in here. And you're adding it just basically to the edge of where any of the white is and where you've ripped it at. And that blends the pieces together. Okay. And this one right here, I think I'm just going to use white. I'm not going to even use any pink because it just, that's what I need to blend it. Down here on the bottom, I need to add a little pink. There we go. I'm just pouncing a little bit of white on this pink just to knock it back just a little bit more. Just to make it look really, really pretty and mystical and magical and all the words, all the words. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, you know what we need to do to end this whole thing is some white splashes. Okay. We've blended it enough. All the blending's done. We need whites, some white splatters. But, what was I going to say? Make sure that you cover the face. Let me get my lid on here. On my glue. Let me get some small pieces of paper here so that we cover the faces. We don't want the faces to I don't want to get white splatters on the faces. But if you wanted white splatters on the faces, that's fine. You do you, boo. But I don't want any white splatters on my face. I don't mind if it gets on the wings and stuff. I just don't want it on her face. This is what I do. I just tear off a little piece of paper, cover the faces. Okay. So now, again, we're doing good. I wanted to take it, I didn't want to take any more than 1 hour and 45 minutes, and that's what we did. So very good. All right, so I'm going to take some gesso here. And if you use gesso instead of white paint, the gesso is actually a lot whiter than white paint. But if all you have is white paint, that's fine. But it gives you a better splash with white paint. And I used to always use white acrylic. I was watching Maremi'S and she was talking about that. She's like, if you water down gesso, you're going to get a lot whiter, and it's not going to just blend right into the thing. I'm like, oh, great idea. So I just think the white splatters just adds a little mystical, magical something. Makes everything just look more mystical and magical and beautiful, in my opinion. Is that good? There we go. I love it. Okay, let me just clean up my white paint over here, because if I don't do that now, we are going to have a big mess. And we don't want a big mess. All right, so let's take these off the face. And there we go. Oh my goodness, I think that looks gorgeous. I will trim this excess off of here. Anything hanging off, I'll trim at the end or after everything dries. Oh my gosh, I think that is absolutely gorgeous. What do you guys think? I am so happy with this. And I was thinking about I usually edge this out with dark black or something, but I don't want to edge it out with anything. I just think it looks gorgeous the way it is. Okay, you guys, that is it for this one. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys go. I will put a link to Maremi'S channel if you want her books. And she does complete flip throughs. I'm gonna do some flip throughs to my books, and you can get her books on Amazon. Okay. Let me just show you her name real quick on her books so that you guys can go check them out. And watch her channel so that you can see all her book flips. And there's a bunch of other girls doing book flips too. So there's this one, Fairies in Bloom. That's where I got these fairies from. It's Maremi'S Small Art. Illustration collage pages for art journaling, fairies in bloom and backgrounds. Maremi'S Small Art. If you put that in Amazon, you can find the books. Okay, you guys, that's it for this one. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. Give this video a thumbs up. Any comments or questions, leave them below. Come visit me on Facebook. You can join our group. It's called Our Magical Little Place. And if you do something like this, come show us. You do any type of art. You have a YouTube channel. If you have an Etsy shop, you can leave links, okay? It's called Our Magical Place, and it's in the description box below. All right, you guys, that's it for this one. I will talk to you guys soon. I got another mixed media project like this coming up. I'm excited. All right, talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.